What's up, everybody? It's your boy Sam, back again with another video, and today I'm going to do the review on the iPhone XR. I'm going to go ahead and get the camera set up, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so the XR. What about this phone makes it stick? Alright, what about this phone makes the XR the XR? Okay, first off, let me go ahead and go into my settings, and we're going to go into auto lock, and go ahead and set that to never, so we can go ahead and go this without the screen popping up. So the iPhone XR. So let me go ahead and show you around the device. Go ahead and lock it. And so the first thing you're going to see is the side button there, as well as the camera there on the back. At the bottom, you're going to have your lightning port, along with 2 speakers. On the top of the phone, you're going to have your Face ID, your ambient light sensor, as well as that also helps with the raised awake. So you're going to have the ambient light sensor, as well as you're going to have a nice camera on the front as well. And I'm going to give you the good and the bad about this phone, if I can even find any. But I'm going to do the good and the bad of this phone. So let me go ahead and lay this down like this, and go ahead and get a thumbnail. Alright, that should be good for a thumbnail. And now let me go ahead and get everything back up. Alright, so the good and the bad of this, the first thing is, and I'm going to have everything written down there at the bottom for you. I'm actually recording this with my old phone. But the first thing that is number one in this phone is the price. So the price comes in, and everything, of course, will be on the screen for you. The price will be $749 for the 64 gigs. And if you look it up, the XS is $999, and that's the XS, and then the Max is like $1099, something like that. Once you're looking at taxes and everything, you're looking at about a $1,200 phone. And here you are, you can just have this. It's just a nice, simple way to do things. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the gestures. The gestures is really, really good. So if I go into settings and I want to slide, I wanted to slide to the right, I got my YouTube, and then I can slide once again, and that'll bring me my settings, and then I can slide and get all of my apps. It's a really good thing. And of course, if I went into my YouTube, and all I have to do is just swipe up. So it really takes the place of a home button. And with my Samsung Galaxy S8 that I'm recording this on, it also had gestures, but you have to slide up, and then it will give you the thing. And so getting it to the recent apps, you just slide up and pull to the right, and you can delete all the apps you want to do that, just like that. The next positive, so you got the gestures and the price. The next positive is the camera. The camera is a really, really good camera. And drop it and break it the first day you get it. Make sure you don't do that. But you can see the camera, the facial recognition, not the facial recognition, but the camera is good. You can see you can take pictures on it. You can see the eye. You see here, this picture I got from the phone that's a really good picture in my opinion. So that's good. So again, like I said, the camera is good. The phone in general, the camera's good. Let me go ahead and lower the brightness down for the video so you can see it a little bit better. But so the camera's good, the gestures are good, and then overall, the speed of this phone. The speed looks really, really well. The speed, if I go into my Bible, and I mean, I just pull up the gestures, it looks very fast. Go into a game, Crossy Road, and that's going to be the next, it's going to be the next thing that we talk about, is Crossy Road. So the next thing we're going to talk about is games. The games on here are really good. I go into my Crossy Road. And I just play this game for a while. The game's really good and fast. So the game's really good and fast. And the next thing actually is actually going to be in my negative somewhat. But the next thing that I'm going to talk about is the screen. The screen, it's not an OLED, OLED display, which is a turn off. But besides that, there's nothing major about it. So the screen, it actually looks good. It's a 6.1 inch display, so that's always good. And now we're going to talk about the negatives, which is not a lot. The first negative is there's no home button. I just told you the gestures are like king, but the fact that there is no home button, that's number one. Oh, also, into the positives, we also have the battery life. The battery life really, really is good. Right now, you can see I'm at 78%, and if we go into settings, I should be just into an hour of usage on this thing. Hour and 24 minutes of usage, and we're at 78%. Not terrible. It's not incredible, but it's not terrible. But I'm sure that'll improve. This is just my second day of having it, so I'm sure that will improve at some point. Okay, and then the next negative is going to be the next negative is going to be the gestures as well. Now, like I said, so the home button and the battery's not perfect, but the gestures also can get annoying sometimes. Okay, when you pull down, sometimes it kind of gets the feeling that you're doing this, bringing down the notification panel. So that's not great. But like I said, there are very few negatives about this phone that I really, really like. I'm pretty sure I showed you around the phone. And then the last thing that I'm going to be talking about in my negative column is unfortunately, there is no headphone jack. Alright, there's no headphone jack. That's unfortunate, but that is a negative for me that there's no headphone jack, because most people know I listen to pretty much standard gospel music. And then the last negative is going to be the fast portion. The fast portion of the Face ID. Now I had my 6S was the last iPhone I had, and the Touch ID was extremely fast. And you can see the Face ID is okay, but this is, like I said, this is the last negative. If you tap it and then slide, it's gonna unlock pretty fast, but it's not extremely fast, which is the issue. But like I said, there's not a whole lot of issues here that I'm going to complain about, and I apologize for the camera issues. But like I said, this is a really, really good phone. Again, the positives are the price, the screen, the gestures, pretty much everything that I covered in here. I'm going to go ahead and go back over it, so don't get overconfident about it. But this is a really good phone, and I'm going to give this, out of 5, I'm going to give this a 5. If you're somebody that loves iPhones, but you don't want to pay $80 million for one, if you get what I mean. So, like I said, I'm just really like this phone. I'm probably going to give a more in-depth review after I've used it for a while. So, this is just my review of the iPhone XR. I hope you liked this video, and I hope this helped you in deciding if you wanted a XR or not. So, thank you so much, guys, and thank you for watching. See you next time.